Welcome to Part 4, Taping the Shadow Box Back Together and Taking a Photo of it to Submit. This is the final part, but I'm going to tell you to do something real quick. I want you to pause this video. I want you to stand up, do some jumping jacks, walk around, go outside, get a snack, pet your animal, do what you need to do to get away from your computer for just a few minutes. Because even when you're making art, you need to take a break. And you guys have been watching videos for a long time. So, whenever you're ready, come back after you've paused the video and we will get started. Alright, if you are ready, step 1 is to gather your materials. I need tape, pair of scissors, Sharpie, some spare cardboard, my shadow box, and the drawing or photo of myself. And we are going to put our shadow box together. So, remember, like I said at the very beginning of this whole lesson, that for the entirety of us putting our paper background on and putting our symbolic images on, we are going to work as it flat. Now it's time to make it into an actual shadow box and make it 3D like a box. So, step 1 is just to tear a little piece of tape. You really only need an inch of tape. And we are going to fold our box to where our tabs are now coming in. And we are reforming our box again. So you kind of have to use 2 of your hands, or both hands. And what I'm going to do is just put a piece of tape right at the bottom to kind of hold the whole thing together. This is not going to be my final piece of tape. So I just put a little piece of tape, and that's just kind of holding it all together into the box. Now I'm going to get a longer piece of tape to go across the whole seam on the bottom to keep these 2 parts from falling out. So I want to make it about the length of the bottom of the box. About right there is good. A couple inches, maybe 6 inches. And I am going to place it across the seam like this. Maybe a little bit could go up the sides just so it's secure. And I want to put it across both sides. And I'm going to do a little bit more since it didn't overlap as much for me. Press it down, and the reason we put that tape there is to hold our box together, because our goal now is to make it 3D. Okay, so this side right here is still open, but I'm not going to tape that up quite yet. I want to put in the picture of myself first. So now you're ready to put that in, but you want to create one new tab, and that tab is we're going to call a C tab. It looks like the letter C because it has a tab right here, has a straight edge, and then a tab at the top like the letter C. So I would cut a little piece of cardboard, I would say about the size of like a stick of gum, and that is a good length. You're going to make 2 folds, almost like little feet. Fold it in, pinch, pinch. That's 1 fold. Go to the other end, fold it in like a little foot, and it's like a little man walking, yay! Now this looks like the letter C, right? Kind of like that. So this is your C tab, and we need this to make the picture of ourselves stand up. So we're going to tape it to the middle of the back of ourself. grab a piece of tape that will go across your tab like that. Like that. Tape it to the back. And now you're ready to go. So your person is going to have a tab on the bottom that you've already folded and a tab coming off the back. And this is going to hit the wall of your shadow box like that. Okay, so now we're ready to lower her in, except we want to add a piece of tape to go on the bottom tab. And if you were following the directions in the Nearpod, I think we are on step 4. All right, so I just put some tape on the bottom, and that is going to secure it to the bottom of my shadow box. Now, just like an elevator, I am going to take my drawing and lower her in all the way to the bottom. The tape definitely likes to stick to my paper, so you try to just make sure it's not getting caught on the way in. Make sure that it's near the back of the shadow box. Oops. And not all the way near the front. And I'm going to tape it. I like where it is. It's in the middle, not all the way to the side, like that. I like where that is. Now I'm going to take my finger and just press down. And I kept this open so I can keep my hand going in here and kind of work with it. Pressing my picture of myself down. Okay, so this little tab right here is now just loose. I need to tape it to the back of my shadow box. So this is kind of what it looks like from the side. I have the person right here, and my tab is going out the back. Now my tab is a little bit too long, so I'm actually just going to make my fold a little bit longer, like that, so that she's closer to the back. You can kind of see like that. Okay, let's grab a little piece of tape, and I'm going to place it on this tab like this, and arranging it where I want it. Place it on the wall, kind of like that, making sure you guys can see. Press it. And now, with that tab, my little person stays upright. Okay, so she's secured on the bottom with that tab and with the C tab to the back of the wall. And that's how she stays up. Okay, now that she is in there she is. It's time for me to close up the side. Okay, I tuck that tab back in. And I have this kind of skinny tab right here that I want to secure. Okay, so just like I kind of did on the bottom, I'm going to grab just a teeny piece of tape and secure it in place, maybe near the top, like this. And that helps it kind of stay together, so when I'm putting on my long piece of tape, it's not falling apart on me. Make the tape about the size of the side of your box. And starting at the top, make sure it's pretty straight on that seam. You can kind of press it first on that tab, press it down, and then flatten it out to attach to the side. I like that I have a little bit of extra on the end because that helps me wrap it around to the bottom and secure it on the bottom too. You don't want pieces of tape going like this long ways because then it will look messy, but if it's up and down like a vertical line, then it will look cleaner. So I put tape on the bottom with a little tab first, then I put the long one. Then I taped my my drawing of myself to the inside. I taped the tab, made the C tab, and lowered her in there. After she was secured, then I taped the edges together. So now my box is all together and it's ready to go. So once you make your box, you might want to just double check and see if you've really added designs everywhere. Looking at mine, there's probably a few areas where I could add some more designs. So you don't have to just make all of your drawings when it's flat. You can add some more drawings even when it's 3D like this. So I might want to make like a corner design. Maybe just make it like a little interesting pattern. Make a border. Just to add some interest to that extra space that I got going on. Maybe I could add some color to this. Use the dots to match the dots that I use right here. Up here, maybe I want to draw, I don't know, maybe a sunset or something. With over a water. Use some sunset colors right there. On this edge is pretty bland. So maybe I want to draw some leaves. You can even draw some things that you used for your symbolic images. Overlap your tape. All right. I love the front. It looks good. This side might need some. And you want to make your shadow box interesting from any angle. So if someone picked it up and looked at it from one side, it was just as interesting as the other side. Okay, got my little window right there and my roof, or no, my other lines over here. Okay, all right, you guys, that is it for creating the shadow box. I think it turned out really well. All of my hard work paid off, and I know that all of your hard work is going to pay off too, and I'm so excited to see it. So once you have made your shadow box, you've checked it all over, everything's secure, it's not popping off and falling apart. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, you get a tickle in your throat. You have checked it and you've finished it. You are ready to take a photo of it. So when you take a photo of your artwork, you either want to go near a window where there's some natural light shining in, or you can literally just take it outside. I like to take mine outside so that I can kind of prop it up and take a photo from the side and from the back. You can even take a photo from the top to kind of show how you made it inside, to show that C tab and show how it's made. So for your project, you're going to take a photo of the front. Then you also want to take a photo of the back. You can include kind of a 3/4 photo where you kind of take it at an angle. That is helpful too. But you're only required to show the front as one photo and then the back as another photo. You're going to email me those 2 photos, or you can upload them to our Google Classroom assignment, which is called Frida and Me, Lesson 2 Shadow Box. And you also want to write your name, just so you can remember this forever, your name on the bottom, and October 2020, so you always remember when you created this shadow box that represents what makes you happy and what helps you persevere in 2020. Okay, you guys, if you have any questions at all, please message me with those. I am happy to help. And I really believe in you guys that you can do this because I know you guys are so creative and you're so smart. Again, message me if you need any help, and I will be here. Okay, guys, good luck.